Thank you for coming. This is my first time ever hosting a late-night talk show. Never done it before. I am so excited to be here. What a super chill time to be doing a topical monologue on national television. Just sharing your personal opinions with millions of people. I feel like right now I could come out in favor of ranch dressing and it would still end my career. This is a big night for ABC, and not just because I'm hosting Kimmel. Tonight was the ESPYs, an event I know literally nothing about. But what I do know is that every year they shamefully overlook my favorite sport, cricket. They do. Cricket fans in the house. If you are not familiar with the rules of cricket, it's a lot like baseball, except, do we have 3 hours? No? All right, we'll have Anthony Anderson do it next week. Now, cricket is an awesome game. Plus, all the lingo sounds like it could be a sex act. Okay, these are all real. I did not make these up. I'm gonna read them a bunch. They're all real. Beat the bat, block hole, ball tampering, point of release, donkey drop, molly grubber, nip backer, red cherry, rip tickler, sticky dog, sticky wicket, and finally, the corridor of uncertainty. Also known as the taint. Today also happens to be July 11th, 7/11, aka Free Slurpee Day. Special day for you, right, Guillermo?
That's right, yes.
Yeah, you love Slurpees.
I do a lot.
What's your favorite flavor?
The blue one.
The blue one.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fan. Can't name it, but love them. I love Slurpees, too, because, you know, it lets you pull the levers and make the flavors yourself. Like, what am I, a little scientist? It's exciting. Finally, my parents will be proud of me. Okay, all right, calm down. Serious question. Serious questions. Should humans be ingesting something with the word slur and P in the name? But the biggest gulp of the day was the one every White House aide took during President Biden's high-stakes press conference tonight. Yeah, Biden spoke to reporters at the NATO Summit in Washington, D.C., and here's how it went.
I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun.
Okay, that wasn't from this press conference, but it was from another press conference. So Biden's conference today was a big deal because it was unscripted. Like the whole country got invited to our grandpa's level 1 improv class. Whenever Biden speaks, it's like I'm a stage mom at her 6-year-old's commercial audition watching from the sidelines. Like, come on, honey, you got this. We need you to land this job so we can keep our health insurance and keep my family out of concentration camps. Yeah. Okay. Now, I know that as the host of a late-night talk show, it is my duty to weigh in on the politics of the day. So I'm just going to get this out of the way real quick. Here is my official statement on the situation regarding Joe Biden. Joe Biden is old. Older than most people, but not everyone. Is he too old to be president? Who's to say? Certainly not me. The people who want Biden to step aside may be right, and the people who want him to stay in the race may also be right. Nobody is wrong, and please don't be mad at me. I have a very specific last name and a lot of relatives in this country. But if you do want to be mad at me, please post about it on Twitter using my personal handle, @JimmyKimmel. Yeah. The pressure is ramping up on President Biden. You probably saw that George Clooney published an op-ed in the New York Times yesterday that said he loves the president but thinks Biden should step aside. A lot of people are upset with George Clooney, including the former host of The Apprentice, who wrote, He wrote, so now fake movie actor George Clooney, who never came close to making a great movie, is getting into the act. Blah, blah, blah. Clooney should get out of politics and go back to television. Movies never really worked for him. I'm sorry, what? Movies never worked out for George Clooney? The world-famous mega movie star? His movies have made more than $3.5 billion at the box office. You know, yeah. It's amazing. You know who movies never worked out for? Donald Trump. Yeah. A man who somehow blew a 1-second cameo in Home Alone 2. Trump also the bed so badly in the 1994 Little Rascals movie in the role of Waldo's dad that this is the first time you're hearing of it. That's right. He killed the Little Rascals franchise like it knew the details of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Of course, the big difference between George Clooney and Donald Trump is that George Clooney actually made money from a casino. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy the election of 2024 could be decided by the sexiest man alive of 1997. Speaking of sexy and alive, there's a mature lady down south who Trump and Biden could both learn a thing or two from.
An Alabama woman celebrating a major milestone of a birthday. Helen Denmark from Birmingham turned 108 years old this week. Helen says she feels no different than when she was 107.
Well, I feel all right. I'll be here when I'm 110.
Helen says she stays young by drinking wine, eating dessert, and flirting with men with mustaches.
Guillermo, we just booked you a one-way ticket to Birmingham, my friend.
Let's go,
yeah. You're carbo loading for your adventure right now. Sorry we couldn't get you a blue one.
It's okay. It's okay. I like this one too.
Yeah? What flavor is that?
It's strawberry, I think.
Okay. I think. I love the I think.
Yeah.
But blue still tastes just like blue to you?
Yes.
Perfect. We have a great show for you tonight, maybe even a good one. Two of my funniest friends, Nikki Glazer and Paul Scheer, are here. Yeah. Very lucky. Oh, this is something that all comedians should be concerned about. According to a study from the University of Southern California, 70% of people rated jokes written by ChatGPT as funnier than those written by regular people. Yeah, I mean, I kind of believe it. I can think of 50 people off the top of my head who aren't as funny as a robot, and some of them have Netflix specials. One of them is even a guest here tonight. I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I love everyone in the whole world. Look, AI might be capable of writing jokes, but only a comedian can cry in their used Kia Sportage full of unsold merch after a disastrous set at Flappers in Burbank. They will never take that job away from us. But seriously, how can a robot that can't even solve a CAPTCHA expect to do stand-up? What would their jokes be about? You ever notice how it's hard to identify what is a bicycle and what is not? Take my Wi-Fi, please. While we're on the subject of intelligence, this is why I wanted to host a late-night show. The segues are always great. A few months ago, I had the great honor of giving the commencement speech to Cornell's graduating class of 2024. I did. Yeah. I don't know why they asked me. I did not go to Cornell. Past speakers have included Presidents Biden and Clinton, Maya Angelou, and me, the guy from Hot Tub Time Machine 2. And while I gave an amazing, groundbreaking, some were saying life-altering speech, I had to hold back. I did. I was speaking to these fresh-faced graduates. I sugar-coated things, you know, because I couldn't think they could handle the harsh truths of the world. But I can tell you're all a bunch of salty dogs. So I thought you might like to hear my unedited graduation speech. What do you guys think? All right, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your commencement speaker for the class of 2024, Kumail Nanjiani.
Hello, class of 2024, and congratulations. Not for graduating, but for being young. You've got about 3 years left where you can eat jalapeno poppers for every meal without dying. Enjoy them while you can. Also, you know how your whole life teachers have been telling you that children are the future? They should have been more specific. You were not the children they were referring to. Those kids are all in India and China, so don't worry about it. I'll never forget the day I got my first bicycle. I stole it from a kid up the street named Otis because I was bigger than him. I still have it. You, Otis. Otis is actually here in the audience tonight. Hey, Otis. You, buddy. Have fun walking everywhere. You know those silica packets and shoe boxes that say toxic, do not eat? That's a lie. They're delicious. I just ate a handful before I came out here, and I feel amazing. But enough bad news. Here is the good news. Between global warming, looming nuclear war, and microplastics, none of you have to save for retirement. That doesn't mean I don't have advice for your meaningless lives. I do. Tip number 1, never give your real first name to a drug dealer. To this day, my Coke guy still knows me as Warren. The other day, he was like, hey, Warren, did I see you in a Marvel movie? Great guy. Really great Coke. Tip number 2. Tip number 2, when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. But don't put caffeine in that lemonade. Panera did it, and it killed a bunch of people. Tip number 3, make mistakes. I've made my share. But in fairness, I was just trying to tour the Capitol on January 6th. Classic wrong place, wrong time, guys. Sorry, excuse me a moment, I'm a little hungry. They said they were gonna replace it with something edible, but that does not taste sugary. Okay. Where was I? See why they use that stuff? It is very drying. Tip number 4, lean into your strengths. If you're really short, become a real estate agent because all those houses will look way bigger. See? They don't teach you things like that in school because of woke. And finally, live to the fullest. When you're on your deathbed, you're never going to say, I spent too much time with family. You're going to say, get that pillow off my face, Dad. So good luck out there, and remember, if at first you don't succeed, you can always sell pictures of your feet to perverts. I'm gonna be slinging these puppies. You want one? $10 a pop in the parking lot right after this. $8 if you're nasty. Thank you. To infinity and beyond.